Welcome to the Best Me podcast. Your best tomorrow starts today. I'm your host, Ellen Livingston. I believe showing up each and every day as the best version of myself doesn't happen on accident. It takes awareness and planning. On this podcast, I talk about planning for ways to improve my health, develop a sense of purpose in everyday life, and create meaningful connections so I can be the best me I can be. And so can you. Let's get started. Hey there, besties. It's me, Ellen. Thanks for listening today. If you listened to last week's podcast, you know that I talked about just getting started on whatever it is that you want to do. And as you probably know, getting started on something is often the hardest part. We have all these excuses on why we don't get started. But that's all they really are, excuses. I also mentioned last week how if you get started on a goal or a project that you've been wanting to do, by August 1st, and you commit yourself to work on your goal every day for 100 days straight, then on November 8th, you will have reached your goal, and it's all right before the holidays. How awesome is that? Did that get you to thinking? It did me, and I'm all excited. I'm inspired to work on a goal. But guess what? I looked on the calendar, and right in the middle of this time frame of August 1st to November 8th, I'm going to be on a trip that me and my husband and some friends have been planning for over a year now. It's a big trip. We're going to be out of the country for 16 days. And what I'm wanting to set a goal for isn't something that I can really do on vacation, like take a walk for 30 minutes every day. So I already know I won't be able to work on this goal while I'm on vacation. And I had so wanted to do a 100 days straight challenge. And it kind of made me sad. But I looked at the calendar and I realized if I started on August 1st, if I went ahead and got started, I could get 40 days in before I have to leave for my trip. And then I could do another 40 days when I get back. So that's what I'm going to do. Now, I have read a whole lot about the pitfalls of goal planning. And one interesting result from numerous studies is that when people first get started on a goal, they are excited and motivated, and every day they enthusiastically work towards their goal. But then, when in the middle of their goal journey, it becomes boring and monotonous, people often give up on their goal. I've talked about how it's easier to stick to a new habit if you attach it to another habit, so you don't even have to think about it. You just do it. It's called habit stacking. And how I kind of do my 10-minute morning stretch right after I make my coffee every morning. That's how I habit stack that. And this truly does help with sticking to a goal. But what's also interesting from the studies on goal setting or goal planning is that as you near the finish line, people become more excited and enthusiastic again, all because the finish line is in sight. Which is what's going to happen if you plan to do like a 100-day challenge, or for me, like a 40-day challenge. So what should we do about it? Well, the first step is to be aware of this phenomenon. And when it starts to happen, realize that this happens to everyone, not just you, and do not give up. Remember, I always say to have the best me lifestyle, it takes awareness and planning. So be aware of this middle slump and realize that it helps to focus on the present, not on the big picture or not on the finish line. And it can also help to break the big goal down into smaller goals and celebrate accomplishing these small milestones. For example, if you were going to not go eat out for 100 days, maybe in order to save money or just to eat healthier, Maybe every 15 days or so, plan a special dessert that you make at home, of course. Just do something to celebrate that you've reached another 15 days with sticking to your goal and make it special. Make it small, but make it special and celebrate it because it helps you stick to your goals and will help get you through the boring middle until you can see the finish line. And rewarding yourself is important, especially on big life goals, such as I want a successful career, or I want to be a good parent, or I just want to have a healthier and happier lifestyle. These are goals that are so long term, the finish line is nowhere in sight. So take the time to reward yourself. To keep yourself motivated and enthusiastic is essential. So if you were excited about doing a 100-day or however long challenge before the holidays, be aware of the middle and know that it happens to all of us and plan on how to motivate yourself. That's all I have for today, besties. If you're planning a challenge before the holidays, send me an email or click the Send Us a Message button on your mobile device that you can find right above the podcast description. I'd love to hear what you've got planned. Be kind, be positive, and be your best. And remember, small progress is still progress. Thanks for listening to the Best Me podcast. If you would like to make a comment, suggest a podcast topic, or just say hi, send me an email at bestmepodcast@gmail.com. I hope you'll join me next week as I continue to talk about how to be the best me I can be. This episode was edited by Adam Boatwright. If you need any help with music, audio, and video